Back again with another video. I had somebody ask me, what is the difference between voodoo and candomblé and obeah? I guess I can say they're all African-based religions. They all came from the Caribbean. Obeah is strong in Jamaica and a lot of the other islands, so is candomblé. If I understand right, in the Bahamas, candomblé is what Palo Mayombe is to Santeria, the dark side of religion. Obeah probably walks hands in hand with voodoo and things like that. Like I said, they're all African-based from the continent into the Caribbeans. A lot of them stayed in the Caribbean. There's not too many candomblé or obeah workers here in New Orleans. I know they're all in Florida around Miami. I mean, that's a melting pot of the Caribbean there. I would imagine the work is about the same as in everything. It's what the root worker puts into it. I'm working with a young man right now in New York that had a obeah spell put upon him 8 years ago, and this poor man has been dragging this around like a plumbing stone around his neck. It is going in. It is going in. But that's what I mean. People don't realize, no matter what kind of spell it is, voodoo, obeah, candomblé, Santeria, Ifa, Palo Mayombe, 21 Division, Sanse, Bruja work, Wiccan work. You can actually carry these things around for years and years and never know it, until eventually your spirit will tell you there's something wrong. Okay? Now, people don't perceive this. I answered this young man question. He told me that he would go out, now he's in New York City, he would go out to the nightclubs, dress up, get his trim down, everything straight, got his jewelry on, he blinging, he's smelling good, walks into the, he walks into the club, thinks, everything's cool. And I told him before he said, I said, I bet you go there, every woman or lady you try to talk to in there shuns you like you're a leper. How'd you know that? Because when you walk into that room, you're perceiving yourself one way, but your spirit and soul is projecting to the universe what truly is. So what they was actually seeing when you walked into that room was a man dragging chains behind him like he was a ghost. Man, ain't nobody gonna deal with that shit. That's why when you walk up to the table and stuff, and they got ladies sitting there, and you go, how y'all doing tonight, ladies? And they look, one of them look up at you and say, we all doing fine here, we all work. Basically carrying your ass. They don't need you. You're projecting one thing, your spirit and soul projects actually what the universe perceives of you, and other people can pick up on that. I don't know how after 8 years he finally decided something was up. I mean, it was real simple when he told me the lady was from the Caribbean, from Trinidad. Well, hell, I mean, that's like saying I used to go out a woman or a man from New Orleans, and after we broke up, my life went downhill. As I said before in other videos, down here, they got root workers, Hougans, Mambos, root workers, hoodoo people. They throw spells around and work around like Mardi Gras beads. So I didn't take that as that, but I figured after 8 years, you've been dragging this cross with you? Yeah, it's pretty much that, she laid something on your ass when y'all left. I guess carnally, you don't want to think that, that happened to you. But I mean, when your doors around you all closed, your road begins to get blocked. And it wasn't like that before. I mean, that should have been a dead giveaway. Maybe he knew this and just didn't, think anything of it. But the work that I put on this young man, I put a Petro spirit upon him. I guarantee you his doors are going to be open. If not open, bulldozed completely down and blown off the hinges. It's time for him to pick his life up and start going. He asked about, well, he told me the lady was manipulative and controlling when it was going out. Now, they never lived together or anything. I guess it was just an arrangement they had. There are things that a root worker can do, any root worker, especially a Bokor and Palo or Tatas, and probably every religion. I call it a fail-safe on my work. If I know somebody put work on you and still near around you where they can pick up and watch and see your life picking up and progressing better, and they go to another root worker and put some more work out to put you back down in your place, what I call my fail-safe kicks in, and well, the person that put the other work out, all I can tell you is just read the paper for the obituary and where to bring flowers. I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you what's going to happen, but it ain't going to be nice. You know, it ain't like a pop a leg by spell where they'll be walking down the street, trip, break their hand, you know. They may get suspended from their job. Maybe the phone will be cut off. Nah, it won't work like that. And good workers know that. Especially if you're dealing with a previous spell or work from somebody or some black magic, you know. It took me a while to learn how to do a fail-safe. My grandfather told me about it, gave me how he did it. I took that and I had to tweak it to myself, and I had to test it upon myself. And I'm here to tell you, it works. Hell, it works. It almost killed me, so I know it works. And sometimes it has to be done. You have to protect your client. I mean, what's the use of you charging them X amount of dollars to get their lives back on track, and the person that put them back down sees this and throws some more work out? Well, I mean, what you gonna do? Keep charging this client till you drain them, you know, dry like a vampire? No. So I don't do it all the time. But when anybody mentions certain places of this world, New Orleans, the Caribbean, and you start describing things that's been happening in your life, yeah, you can pretty much even smell it. So I'm thinking, it was Old Bay spell. Old Bay is prevalent in Trinidad, so it's Condon Blake. So that's what I was thinking. After 8 years, what he was describing, yeah, it was something to shut his roads down. And they definitely shut his roads down, but not no more. I mean, once this kicks in, he will have changes in his life. As I said, if the ladies was that controlling and was that much of a bitch, the city they live in is a very, very large city in the United States. I mean, you can hide in some of these cities and never be known the rest of your life. Not even hide. I mean, you can have a relationship and walk away from them for a year or two. You never hear these people. You're in the same city. I mean, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago. You can do it here in New Orleans. But I mean, it's not the biggest city as the ones I mentioned. But if there was that controlling and dominating on people, and you start building yourself back up, and they catch on to this through word of mouth, or they might read something in the paper or something like that, if you was once, you know, that good doing something, they may still want to control and keep you down because you don't want no more dealings with them. Well, that's where the fail-safe kicks in. Simple as that. You got to eliminate the problem. I mean, what's the old saying? Stand out by a barbershop long enough and get your hair cut. Okay? And like my grandfather said, was the best thing, never smile at the crocodile. And it took me years to figure that out, but then it hit me when you're walking through the swamp of the bayous. And I said this before, most alligators and crocs will get out your way. They know you're coming, they can feel the vibration on the ground. There's always one of them big-ass ornery ones that's not going to give ground or nothing. And you walk upon them, I mean, they look like a damn log, and you walk upon them, and they lift their head up and gap that mouth open and hiss at you. What he meant is don't stand there and just smile at it because, you know, what's the other old saying, the dinner bells are clanging in your dinner. So, I know I got off subject, but I don't want to start spewing things out about other religions that I really haven't delved in. I have general knowledge of them. I think they're all about the same. Like I said, they're all African based from the continent. Everything got tweaked when they went to different islands, okay, as when they came to the United States. It got tweaked. Haitian voodoo came into the port of New Orleans with the slaves, but then had to change its culture because it was no longer Haiti. They had to blend in with the culture that was around them, which was New Orleans. And it just became New Orleans voodoo. I mean, my culture was Haitian voodoo, passed down from my great-grandparents, my grandparents, my mother, my aunts, and all them. But I mean, I can't stand and confess I practice Haitian voodoo because it took a turn from the culture of Haiti into the culture of Creole Louisiana, mixed in with African American hoodoo, Native American spiritualism. So, as the old people say, I mean, New Orleans voodoo is the little sister of Haitian voodoo. So, if you have any comments that you throw, have some comments about the different religions, Contemplate, Obeah. I pretty much has figured out a little bit of Sanse 21 division, because a lot of that is two things mixed together, Haitian voodoo, and I think Sanse is mixed with Haitian voodoo and 21 division, which 21 division is Dominican Republic too. So it all has a link. It all has a mesh together until it broke out to the Caribbean. So if anybody has any comments that can add to it, let me know, please. I never stop learning. I like to hear more. I like to learn more. And I'll be making more videos. I'm still working on the one in New Orleans. I'm editing and cutting it. I'm waiting for the weather to change, because it seems like every time I get out of sight and start filming, it started raining. I tried to film in St. Louis Cemetery today by Marie Laveau's gravesite. Got caught in the rain and then had to move myself and my stuff a little bit further down because a tour came through and it was giving it at the grave of Marie Laveau. So I'll have that out for y'all in a little while as soon as everything cooperates with me. And like I said, if anybody can add to it I couldn't say, please put it in comments. I'll be more than happy to hear it. Thank you very much. Like, share, and subscribe.